The New England Patriots can make it 2 in a row on Sunday by getting to the edges and putting some men in motion. Now, this is not an 80s nostalgia show, folks. This is a Pats Titans preview, so stay locked in to the Locked On Patriots podcast.
You are Locked On Patriots, your daily New England Patriots podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hello to all of you Foxborough faithful, and thank you once again for making Locked On Patriots a daily part of your New England Patriots coverage. I'm your host, Mike DeBate. I cover your New England Patriots for Patriots Country, so reach out to me, let me know what's on your mind on X at MDABATE-NFL. You can also find Locked On Patriots on X at LO_Patriots. And Pats fans, today's episode is brought to you by Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use the code LOCKEDONNFL for $20 off your first purchase. And Foxborough faithful, we have an action-packed show for you today. Your New England Patriots snapped a 6-game losing streak with a fourth-quarter touchdown by Ramondre Stevenson, who looked fantastic last week against the New York Jets with a 25-22 victory at Gillette Stadium. This week, Patriots are looking to make it 2 in a row when they begin a 2-game road trip with first up a visit to Nashville to face the Tennesse Titans, a 1 p.m. kickoff from Nissan Stadium. And as we always say here on Locked On Patriots, keys to victory are only good if they're turned. You turn the keys, you go to the top. You don't turn the keys, you're never heard from again. Fortunately for us, this week, as we do each and every week, we have the man with the plan. He is the creator of the Monster Keys to Victory and the veritable Don of Locked On Patriots, my good friend, the legendary Thomas Murphy. Thank you for coming to me in friendship today and for bringing those Monster Keys, Don Murph.
Oh, happy to be here, Michael. Happy to be here. Just hope to help the ball club.
Well, you do help the ball club. You definitely helped them to victory last week, providing those Monster Keys, the New England Patriots turning those to a victory over the Jets. Now, the Patriots looking to make this 2 in a row, and people are looking at the record of Tennessee. They're looking at the struggles of Tennessee. And I think a lot of Patriots fans are looking at this one as being almost a foregone conclusion. Big mistake, folks. This is not going to be a cakewalk. And if you read Murph's Monster Keys, which are proudly available on diehardbostonsportsfans.com, check those out right now in written form before kickoff. Always a must read. And this week they are absolutely imperative to understanding the Patriots game plan. Let's start there, Murph. We'll start on the offensive side of the ball. You're a big proponent of the New England Patriots getting to the edges in this game and using motion in terms of being able to get to this Titans defense. Not a lot of bright spots for Tennessee this year, but this defense is one of them. When you laid out these Monster Keys to Victory against Tennessee, what is it about using the edge and using motion that leads you to believe this is the way to beat this Titans team?
Well, starting out with more likely than not, Jacoby is going to be under center. I know that we've had some good reports out of camp today that, you know, Drake is moving in the right direction, and we like that. But I'm almost positive. I'm almost certain, you know, I'm certainly almost positive that it's going to end up being Jacoby under center, and you're going to need to set up the pass with the run this week. You do not want to attack this Titans defense up the middle with Trevonda Sweat, Sebastian Joseph Day, and Jeff Simmons there up front. This is not a defense that you want to attack up the middle. I've said more often than not this season that the Patriots want to go up the gut and attack people getting downhill with that running game. This is not the week, man. Get to the outside, get to the edges, and then turn upfield.
Yeah, if Jacoby Brissett is indeed going to be the starter, and once again, folks, we don't know that for sure. Drake is going through the concussion protocol right now. Drake Maye, like you said, Murph, confirming on Friday, he's still in protocol. Now, there is a possibility he could be cleared, and if he's cleared, Gerard made it clear he's going to be in there. But if he's not, and if he's not cleared in time, then we're looking at Jacoby. And then all of a sudden, you might be looking at the Tennesse Titans trying to roll back the clock a little bit here, Murph, because what was the blueprint to beat the Patriots when Jacoby was the quarterback? Stack the box, use the blitz strategically, play man coverage, use the single high safeties, force Jacoby to hold the ball and make the Patriots pass catchers beat you. Now, Tennessee implores a little bit of a sneaky type
Yeah,
blitz. They're called creepers, folks. And just to give you an example of what that
yeah,
means is that Tennessee is going to send more of their regular coverage
yep.
players to blitz, and they're going to drop more of their traditional
He's
pass
dropping
rushers
that.
into coverage. So, in that regard, what Jacoby is going to have to do is find the edges. And that's exactly why Murph is
Jeepers
saying
creepers.
utilize the edge at this point to be able to beat this team. And I think it's a brilliant plan. You also mentioned motion, motion, motion in your
Right.
monster keys. And obviously that's going to be key. The Patriots are going to want to utilize the run game. Again, not going to be easy. You've laid that out. The Titans right now rank 12th in total run defense. They're stingy, and that front can get after it. How can the Patriots counteract that? Can they neutralize it? And I guess the biggest question is right now, in your opinion, can they beat it?
Yeah, I think they can beat it. Also, when we were talking about getting the edges, this is the week for jet sweeps. I want to
Mm,
see a couple of jet sweeps. Get the Slim Reaper involved, please.
mm,
Get somebody quick involved. Um, but no, with motion, it's going to give Jacoby a sense of where the hot read is, where what defense they're in. Get these guys moving and get the Titans to show their hand. As Michael said, they like to use creepers. The antidote to that is motion. Get these guys moving. Get your weapons, your receiving core, uh, in a position where they've already have a little momentum and they can create some space. I want the Patriots to attack the nickels and
mm.
the nickel linebackers that the Titans use so often. They use a lot of nickel in Tennessee, and if they can get this aspect of the game going, get me some yak, little yards after the catch, exploit the second level, and possibly end up forcing them to bring their safeties up along with the first key that we talked about. Maybe catch them in cover zero and then catch somebody deep down the middle.
So glad you said that, especially when it comes to the nickel defense, because a good way to do that is to utilize empty formations.
Yep.
That's going to allow the New England Patriots to be able to attack that area. It's a lot easier for the quarterback to see the entire field. Most importantly, Murph, see the type of defense that
Yeah.
Tennessee is employing on each of their snaps. And at this point, if you're going to try to stay away from Simmons in the running game and you're going to try to prevent that defensive front from being a real solid factor in this, there might be an area in the middle of the field where there's a couple of linebackers
Right.
there that can be exploited. So it's a very good strategy for the New England Patriots to be employing. And I think you've laid out a good scenario where the Patriots may indeed beat that, Murph. Obviously, there's a lot of question marks regarding this pass catching unit for the New England Patriots.
Yeah.
There are some guys that fans believe will step up. I think Demario Douglas may be in better health, maybe in a better position to make an impact. We saw Kayshon Boutte be able to do it in the closing moments of Week 8 against the Jets. In your opinion, are there guys right now on this pass catching unit that can help Jacoby Brissett utilize the field and be able to make the passing game as effective as a motion run game on Sunday?
Yeah, I'm looking for Kendrick Bourne to have a big game on Sunday.
Mhm.
Not a lot of people are talking about Kendrick. He's a year off of this surgery now. They've been slowly ramping him up. Uh, Kendrick Bourne is somebody that takes blame onto himself, unlike so many wide receivers in this league over the past 10, 15 years. When he screws up, man, he owns it. All
Mhm.
right, and he always bounces back with a really good game. I hear he's having a really good week of practice, as are a lot of the other guys. But I do believe that Bourne is going to be able to hit those slants this week, hit those digs, and Jacoby is going to be able to possibly get the ball out just a little bit quicker, please.
Mhm.
Just a little bit quicker, son. I
Absolutely.
understand. I understand it at your age. It might be a little difficult, but maybe out of shotgun, maybe take a page out of the Drake Maye playbook and keep that in there, Mr. Van Pelt, and let Jacoby operate out of the pistol. Since we want to keep running this stuff anyway, and it's definitely going to happen if we see Drake on under center on Sunday. That's no slight to Jacoby Brissett, but Drake gets rid of the ball a bit quicker. He
Mhm.
just does. That's just the way it is. But no, I think Kendrick Bourne is going to have a fantastic game. Like I said, if we can get some of the other guys on the same page and holding on to the ball,
Mhm.
we should get a good get. We should get a good air game on Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, absolutely. And with news that L'Jarius Sneed is not going to be in the
Oh,
lineup on
yeah,
Sunday, he will be out. That may open things up in the secondary for the New England Patriots. And again, you need playmakers in the lineup. And
help him.
Javon Baker, the last I checked, Murph, is a playmaker.
He is
Yes. Are there developmental issues that still need to be
right.
worked through? Without question. But when you need playmakers in your offense, especially if you're going to be down a major playmaker that is the key cog in your offense, and that's Drake Maye, you need guys that are explosive that can give the Patriots something to cheer about. You can give the Patriots a spark that they can build upon. I think Javon Baker is a guy that can do that. So, bottom line, folks, let's take a look and see what the New England Patriots can do if they can get their playmakers going, whether it's Drake or whether it's Jacoby taking snaps and being your quarterback on Sunday. Get your playmakers on the field, utilize the edges, get guys in motion. Good things could happen on the field in Nashville on Sunday. But Murph, the offense is only part of your blueprint to victory. It's only half of those monster keys
That's it.
that you carry in your
A
pocket
third.
like so many nickels and dimes. We're going to get into defensive keys that need to be turned and what the Patriots need to do to stop Will Levis, potentially Will Levis, and this Titans offense. More on this Patriots Titans preview episode of the Locked On Patriots podcast coming up, a proud part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Locked On listeners, we've all been there. You want tickets to the big game on the gridiron, or maybe you want to check out some early action on the hardwood or on the ice, or simply be there when your favorite music or comedy act comes to town. Well, Game Time is your best destination to help you make your memories. Game Time is the fastest and easiest method I've ever used to buy tickets. And Game Time has a new feature called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets for your favorite live events even easier. Game Time Picks filters out all of the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. I especially love their zone deals where you pick the section and Game Time picks the seats for big savings. So don't delay, do it today. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use the code Locked On NFL for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. So again, create an account and redeem the code Locked On NFL. That's LOCKEDON NFL for $20 off. Download Game Time today. What time is it? Game Time. Locked On listeners, our friends over at 5 Hour Energy know that being a passionate football fan isn't just a hobby. It's a way of life. It takes a lot of energy to power through all-day tailgates, touchdown celebrations, or an agonizing second overtime, which is why they've created the Stand the Fan 5-Hour Energy Shot with a special flavor called Fan Fuel, the energy shot made just for superfans like you. The fans who are first in the parking lot and who are the last to leave. We see you, because you know what else gave me a bit of Patriots fan fuel this week? The moment where Ramondre Stevenson crossed the goal line for the game-winning touchdown and then added the two-point conversion for the icing on the cake. We all love that feeling, and 5 Hour Energy knows that no matter what team you root for, being a fan requires heart, soul, and a whole lot of energy. Whether you're prepping for the big tailgate or ironing your jersey, your game day to-do list is always a mile long. That's why the limited edition Stand the Fan 5-Hour Energy Shot is here to help keep you fueled throughout the season. What's your fan fuel this week? Whatever it is, do it with a 5-Hour Energy. Available on 5hourenergy.com, shipped nationwide. Patriots fans, thank you once again for joining us here today on Locked On Patriots, making us a daily part of your New England Patriots coverage. And as always, a special tip of the cap to all of you everydayers that make Locked On Patriots your first listen each and every day. If you are, Murph and I both implore you to make your second listen our good friends over at Locked On NFL. He joined us here on the airwaves this week. I know you loved what he had to say. If you want to hear him each and every day, check him out on Locked On NFL. That's my good friend, the host of Locked On Titans, the madman himself, Tyler Rowland, getting you going each and every day with all of the major stories in the NFL. And then in the afternoon, another good friend, another great host here on the Locked On Podcast Network, Tony Wiggins of Locked On Jaguars, having you sit down in the barbershop, and he's going to tell you the way it is, good, bad, or indifferent. Coverage that can be brought to you only here on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. And joining us here today to lend his wisdom, his counsel, most importantly, his monster keys to victory, our good friend, the legend himself, Thomas Murphy. Murph, we've talked about the New England Patriots' offensive game plan to victory. You've laid out the keys. It's up to the Patriots to turn them on Sunday. However, we both know that offensively is only part of the game plan. The Patriots need to make defensive stops. They need a solid defensive game plan in order to be able to beat Tennessee on Sunday. You've talked about remaining in man coverage. The Patriots did a pretty good job of that on Sunday, and it helped stifle a lot of what that New York Jets offense needed to do. What is it about this Titans offense that makes you believe that utilizing man coverage is the best way to attack it and to stop it?
Well, first of all, it's the personnel that the Patriots have. I want Gonzalez sitting there one-on-one with whomever you happen to think is their number one, Mr. Ridley. How you doing? Nice choice you made there, Calvin. But I do believe that this Patriots defensive backfield can lock down these guys. They can take it to them. I don't see much issue with the tight end packages that they like to run. So yeah, no, I think man up is the way to go. Stay out of those two high safety shells. Don't allow Will Levis, who's not a rookie anymore, folks, or Mason Rudolph for that matter, be able to send his men out and find that soft spot in the in a cover 2 zone or in a Tampa 2 zone. Stay out of it. This also allows the Patriots to do what they really need to do on Sunday, and that's shut down the run. Okay.
Yeah.
We're able to shut down the run. The Tennessee is right in middle of the pack in rushing attempts per game, but it's still like 27 a game. Okay. I've got to think that they're going to ramp that up this week. The Patriots have not been good against the run before last week. They weren't even great against the run last week, I don't think. They were good. They weren't great. And allow that extra guy down into the box to fill that gap. I want once again, I want good gap integrity. I want the guys to keep good pad level, keep the play in front of them. Don't get behind it, and they should come out on top. It's going to come down to the defense on Sunday as to whether or not the Patriots are going to win the game, and I think they're going to have to man up to do that. The defense and of course the weekly keys.
Absolutely. And we'll get to those weekly keys in just a moment when Murph offers his game prediction, which I will as well. Our game predictions worked out pretty well last week, Murph. I'm very happy to say that, we were within an eyelash of predicting a correct final score, but I'm glad that you mentioned trying to stop the run because the New England Patriots need to do that. If they're going to, they need a similar type of boost that they got last week from guys like Christian Ellis and Raekwon McMillan. For far too long
Ellis
this
is
season,
looking better and better.
He really is. Another solid 9-tackle performance last week. He's going to need to either duplicate that or eclipse it in order for the Patriots to have a chance. Because again, it's been far too long this season, Murph, where Devon Godshaw has been a one-man show when it comes to stopping the run. McMillan, I'm glad, showed a little bit of progress in that as well. We're going to need to see that for all 4 quarters if they're going to hope to contain Tony Pollard, because we know that if Pollard can get the ball when he's comfortable, he can make things happen. He's a dynamic runner and someone also who can be utilized as a pass catcher out of the backfield.
Right. As I was just about to say, again, they love to split him out. They love to get him catching passes out of the backfield. When you're in man and you have that one guy, I don't want to call him a spy. I don't want to say that, I don't want to do that. But you can get that one extra guy down there in the box. He's going to be there when Pollard splits out.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, when you take a look at what Pollard can do and his dual threat capabilities, Murph is absolutely right. By containing this run game, you really significantly lessen what either Will Levis or
Make them
Mason
one
Rudolph are going to
dimensional.
be able to do. And you make them one dimensional because the Titans really run most of what they do offensively out of 11 personnel.
Right.
You're going to see 3 wide receivers. Most likely you're going to see Calvin Ridley. You're going to see Tyler Boyd. You're going to see Okonkwo.
Show a little
Yeah.
12.
Exactly. They will
Not
show a little
much.
12. You'll see
Yeah.
some 2 tight end sets, folks. They do like to mix things up a little bit. Obviously, you're going to look for Christian Gonzalez to shut down Calvin Ridley,
Right.
but are you worried about potentially Boyd or Okonkwo being able to hurt you with the way the Patriots secondary is right now?
No, not really. Not if guys do their job. All right. Not if we're not passing guys off in zone coverage and there's nobody there to pass them off to. Man up. There's a lot less mistakes. I don't think that that either one of those two is going to end up beating one of our guys outright. So no, I'm not worried about a big play down the field. Shut down Ridley and make the other guys beat you.
Well said. Could not have said it better myself. The Patriots' number 0 needs to eliminate the Titans' number 0. And if he can do that and limit him, I think the Patriots have a really good shot. And I like the way 0, exactly, 0 eliminating 0. I got to give a tip of the cap to Evan Lazar at Patriots.com.
Oh, all right.
That perfectly this week on Patriots Unfiltered. I believe he threw it in one of his columns again this week. So I can't take full credit for that, folks. But Evan is one of the best in the business. And I don't think he'd mind if I stole that terminology because it definitely fits here. And it is exactly what the Patriots need to do. You shut down your top weapon. You try to limit and do everything you can and sell out as much defensive prowess to stopping the running game in Tony Pollard. And that's going to limit what Will Levis or Mason Rudolph are going to be able to do at the quarterback position. So once the offensive keys are laid out and the defensive keys are laid out, there are weeklies in every single game that need to be met, and in this case need to be turned in order for the Patriots to achieve victory. We're going to put Murph on the hot seat in just a moment and have him run down whether or not this Titans team is a good fit or a bad fit to win these weekly battles. And we're also going to put him on the hot seat when it comes to predicting the game's final score. And we give our game predictions here in just a moment when this episode of Locked On Patriots wraps up right here on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day. Locked On listeners, get ready to tackle NFL action with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Because right now, new customers can bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if you win. The FanDuel Sportsbook app gives you everything you need to place live bets on the NFL all in one place. So when you get a hunch in the middle of the game, you can check out the latest stats, view live play-by-play, and so much more on the same page where you place your bets. Let your New England fandom work for you by visiting FanDuel.com to join today. You'll get started with $150 in bonus bets if you win with your first $5 bet. That's FanDuel.com. Never waste a hunch and make every moment more with FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL. Listen up, all you Locked On listeners, especially all of you renters out there. Ever feel like you're stuck in this loop of rent payments, just watching your money vanish into thin air? Well, it's time to turn that rent game around and start earning some serious rewards. That's where Bilt Rewards comes in. Bilt is breaking ground as a neighborhood rewards program that hooks you up with points on your rent. Every month, you pay your rent and you watch the Bilt points roll in. Use points to jet off on a dream vacation. Put your points toward a flight or hotel stay with 500 plus airlines and more than 700,000 hotels and properties. You can also use your points to book fitness studio classes. Redeem them toward a future rent payment. They're designated to meet your lifestyle. Pay rent hassle-free through the Bilt Rewards app. Your rent game just got a major upgrade. Bilt points have been consistently ranked the highest value point currency by the Points Guy and Bankrate. So don't delay, do it today. Earn points by paying rent right now when you go to join Bilt.com/LockedOnNFL. That's JoinBilt.com/LockedOnNFL. Make sure to use our URL so they know we sent you. Join Bilt.com/LockedOnNFL to start earning points with your rent payments today. Patriots fans, once again, we thank you for joining us here today on this New England Patriots Tennessee Titans game preview episode of Locked On Patriots, getting you ready for a 1 p.m. kickoff this Sunday, November 3rd, Nissan Stadium, Nashville, Tennessee. Murph, earlier this week, Tyler Rowland of Locked On Titans joined me here, and we talked a little bit about this matchup, and it's not going to get the national attention that most of the other matchups are going to get. I think it's a foregone conclusion that both of these teams are probably on the outside looking in when it comes to playoff picture, but this one has the chance to be a sneaky good matchup, maybe a sneaky fun matchup to watch between two teams that have similar problems that if they get hot could be fun to watch. So I leave it to you, my friend. You laid out, I think, an impeccable blueprint for the Patriots to be able to win this game offensively and defensively. But you know as well as I, it always comes down to the weeklies, the intangibles that need to be met each and every week for this team to achieve victory. When you look at the Tennessee Titans and you look at what the Patriots need to do well in order to win, are the Patriots in a position to turn these weekly keys? And are the Tennessee Titans a good fit or a bad fit when it comes to opponents to do so?
Yeah, they're a good fit for the Patriots this week. Win the turnover battle is always one of my weekly keys. The Titans are turning the ball over than more than anyone in the NFL. 2.3 turnovers per game right now. All right, so that's somewhere where the Patriots can make hay. As we said at the beginning of the broadcast of this show, that the Titans record is a bit misleading, and a lot of that has to do with the turnovers. Mike's guest went over that yesterday quite well. He was just talking about it, giving up short fields. If the Patriots can get a couple of short fields, a couple of extra goes with the football, all the better for what they need to do on Sunday. I think the Pats are going to need to be +2 in this area. Limit the laundry. You think the Pats have penalty issues? The Titans are even worse. 13 false starts this season, 10 defensive holding calls, and these numbers don't even out. Take the free yards they give up and don't hand them back. All right. Own third down. Again, this is a must-turn key. The Titans are 30th in the league at converting. Okay, 30th. Let's keep it that way. And of course, flip the field. Now, this happens in several different ways, and the Patriots over the past few weeks have been really good at one aspect of this and really bad at the other. Please, once again, do not kick the ball down the middle of the field. Don't do it. And let's get some. Let's really turn it on this week in the punt game, shall we? Joey Sly has done a fantastic job. And the Patriots have one of the best punt returners in the game, as we saw Mr. Jones last week.
Yes,
And let's
yes,
keep
the
up the good
honorable
work
Mr.
there.
Jones. Yeah,
That's another way to flip the field, folks. It's not just on the leg of Joey Sly.
absolutely, folks. And once again, I think Murph has laid out a tremendous set of weekly keys that need to be turned. And this is a good matchup for the New England Patriots to be able to utilize their strengths and really kind of take advantage of the Tennessee Titans' weaknesses. Now, in an area where maybe a Titan strength could become a Patriots' weakness if it's not addressed consistently throughout this game. And I'm going to add a weekly key to your ring this week, if you don't mind, my friend. And this might be Mike's matchup of the week, but limit the pressure. Limit the pressure on the quarterback. Okay. I do believe that this is going to be key, whether Drake Maye is taking snaps at quarterback or whether or not it's Jacoby Brissett. Maybe even a little bit more if it's Jacoby Brissett, because Drake has the tendency to be able to roll out and limit the pressure on his own with his athleticism. But the matchup that kind of worries me a little bit, and I've seen this talked about a lot throughout Patriot circles, is Andre Jacobs going up against Harold Landry. And I think this could be a problem for the New England Patriots. And the reason why is because Landry is so good off that first step, one of the best first steps in the NFL right now, in my opinion. And he's also very good at when he can turn that wide corner and come around the corner and get to the quarterback. Trey Jacobs has been good. He's given the Patriots, I think, everything he can. So it's not like this is a mismatch on paper or this is a scary matchup inherently in and of itself. But the one thing that Trey has a difficulty with is being able to block when he has more than a short corner to defend. If that corner becomes elongated, which is what Landry loves to do I'm worried about his ability to shuffle and keep him in front of him. This could be a long day if you're seeing Harold Landry turn the corner on a lot of different assignments.
Yeah,
That's where it becomes problematic here. So the
brilliant.
Patriots have to be mindful of that, and they have to limit that pressure.
That's it.
Yeah, if they do it, I think they got a very good shot to keep this game in front of them for the better part of 4 quarters.
Yeah,
If they
he's
don't,
very
a long
Dante
day.
Hightower-esque coming off the
Very
edge there.
great
Okay,
comparison. I love that.
if you guys can remember how Bill would move Hightower out, even further than most human beings could do, and
Yeah.
he still gets to the quarterback. It's very Dante Hightower-esque. Think about Hightower's stop in the Super Bowl.
And Murph, we're at that point. The time for the talk is just about over. The New England Patriots enter this matchup, per our good friends, courtesy of the FanDuel Sportsbook, 3.5-point underdogs. This is as of Friday afternoon. So when you look at this matchup, top to bottom, I know it's a winnable matchup for the Patriots. It's a winnable matchup for the Titans. But based on your monster keys, based on your confidence that the Patriots can turn the monster keys to success, how do you see this one shaking out in Music City this weekend?
I see a Patriots victory. It doesn't matter to me who is under center. The Tennesse Titans are averaging 17.1 points a game this season. The Patriots are on the upswing, averaging 20.7 points per game over the last 3, 25 in their last game.
When you look at the way these two teams match up, there are a lot of positives for the Tennesse Titans defensively to be able to at least marginally disrupt what the Pats would like to do offensively, which is get the outside zone run going and utilize Ramondre Stevenson and open up things in the passing game that way. That could be a scary point for the New England Patriots. As for keeping the quarterback upright, we talked a little bit about that. Those matchups could be problematic. Take a look at Landry. Landry, again, someone that is going to continue to give me a little bit of pause to be very overconfident about the Patriots, especially his 4 sacks, 14 quarterback pressures. That leads the team in both categories when it comes to Landry for the Titans. But I don't know. I'm looking at the Patriots defense and their ability to contain what Tennessee does well and being able to contain Pollard and lock down those pass catchers and being able to severely limit what Calvin Ridley would like to do. I think Christian Gonzalez is a great fit to limit what he can do. I like the Patriots in this one, and I like the Patriots to be able to utilize short fields, hopefully, turning one of Murph's weekly keys and being able to shorten the field for themselves. I think they can put some points on the board here. So I'm going with the New England Patriots by a final score of 24-17 over the Tennesse Titans and moving to 3-6 on the season, heading into this next road matchup with a team that starts with a C, ends in an O, and has a Hicag in the middle. Could be a fun one to watch when you're talking about rookie quarterbacks, Drake Maye and Caleb Williams. But don't overlook this one. This could be a sneaky fun one to watch. So enjoy this game on Sunday. Of course, folks, we always love to hear what you have to think, your game predictions. If you're watching us on YouTube, drop a comment in the comments section below. If you're listening to us on any one of the various platforms that you do, be sure to drop one of us a line at MDABATENFL on X. You can reach out to my good friend on Twitter as well at TMurph207, or you can tag the Locked On Patriots account at LO_Patriots. But what can I say? I always appreciate when you drop by, lend your wisdom and counsel. We started the week by talking about turned monster keys to victory, and you once again laid out an impeccable blueprint for the Patriots to do it all again. Folks, definitely check out anything Thomas Murphy does when it comes to pen to paper, voice to microphone, always appointment listening, appointment reading. So check that out on diehardbostonsportsfans.com. Once again, it is always an honor and always a privilege to share the microphone with Murph. And you know we're going to do it again early next week. So be sure to check us out on Monday, where it'll either be a second straight victory Monday or potentially a melancholy Monday here, getting you ready for a matchup with the Chicago Bears in Week 10. But that being said, I'm Mike Debate, and on behalf of my good friend Thomas Murphy, we all encourage you to stay safe, to stay well, to be the change you wish to see in the world. Have a great weekend, everyone. Enjoy the game on Sunday. We'll see you back here again on Monday on Locked On Patriots.